What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Dermy Wormy. I'm coming at you with wonderful, wonderful news. And again, I gotta eat some crow again. Guys, I gotta eat some crow because if you're not watching the Doctor Who Cares review between me, Adam the Renaissancer, and Hollywood Scholar, we usually do predictions on how overnights are gonna be doing in regards to actual Doctor Who. And hey, I gotta eat some crow because I was wrong. I predicted wrong, but as always, guys, before we do one of these videos, we always have to show you how's it doing over on Rotten Tomatoes right now. And guys, it's sitting at a 28% over on Rotten Tomatoes. As we've been going through these, and you can go back to every single one of these viewership videos that I've been doing since this new season, Doctor Who's been sitting at about a 31, 32, 30%. It's now dropped to 28% over on Rotten Tomatoes because, let's be honest, okay, enough of this stepping around the stink. Nobody likes what's going on anymore, and it's total garbage. Heck, even in this episode, I didn't pick up on this. This past episode retconned tons of stuff. Doctor not having kids, Doctor not knowing about his kids, even though the Doctor knows about his kids and has previously stated that he has kids. Tons of things have been retconned, tons of things have been changed, tons of really dumb things that you could just go throughout all sorts of other episodes of Doctor Who and show you that they knew who his kids were, that he had kids, and that they just keep retconning garbage after garbage for no apparent reason because they have nothing better to do in their life. They are failed individuals. RTD cannot write for crap anymore, and it's showing even in the overnights. So this is where I have to eat crow, guys. I thought this episode would probably be at 2.1 million, maybe 2.2 million overnights. It's sitting at the lowest overnight score in the history of Doctor Who. 2.02 million is how many people signed in to watch Doctor Who last night. Nobody's watching this anymore. Nobody's engaging with this anymore. It's dead. It's deader than dead. It is being defiled at this point. They're just propping up a rotten corpse at this point to do heinous things to it, even though the audience, even though public, even though anybody that would actually care about this show have checked out and walked away. Stans are the only ones left. YouTubers are the only ones left. Everybody else is gone. And YouTubers and stans can't prop up a show to save its life. And it gets even more telling because you guys know I love pulling up Samba TV data. You guys know I love this data. You guys know I adore this data. And when we come over to last week's Samba TV data, the data from the previous week, Doctor Who's still not on it. But you know what is on it? The Acolyte. Why is the Acolyte so important? Why am me pointing out the Acolyte so important for this? Because throughout this entire time, when it came to Samba TV data, we never saw Doctor Who on this data once. Not once, but we see the Acolyte here. And the sad thing is, the Acolyte is the worst running iteration of Disney Star Wars to date, has the lowest amount of views in a 5-week span, is dead on arrival, nobody cares about it, it keeps plummeting downwards. Why is that so important? Because when I come over here to this article from That Park Place, and I'll scroll down and I'll go over some of these numbers for you, okay? Because the Acolyte sits in at about 73 minutes and 55 seconds in a total runtime, okay? That's between 2 episodes, and they only brought in 820 million minutes watched. That's between 2 episodes, okay? So when we separate that out, you're sitting at about, to be fair, 410 minutes watched for each episode. I'm being conservative there, okay? I'm slicing it down the middle. That's not really what I should probably be doing. I should probably be taking 25% off here or there, but hey, I'm gonna be generous here. Okay, so we have 410 minutes for each episode, 30-minute runtime. Doctor Who put out 2 episodes at the very beginning of the season. Didn't hit Samba TV data. hasn't been on Nielsen data at all either. Check over here. This is the current Nielsen streaming data for the second run week. We showed last week's run week when the first 2 episodes dropped. They weren't over here either. They're not to be seen. So by matter of deduction and matter of actual speaking, we can deduce that, honestly, considering, we hop over here to originals and we just see what the lowest one is, Clarkson's Farm sitting at 219 million minutes watched, Doctor Who has less minutes watched than anything else. Doctor Who isn't getting the views. Doctor Who isn't being watched. Doctor Who doesn't have the engagement that they want. And to make matters worse, guys, to make matters worse, look at this, okay? Worst viewership ever. Worst viewership in the history of Doctor Who across the board. It's so bad that when we go through Jodie Whittaker's era, this is her first season as the Doctor. You see no numbers like this. You see numbers that are really high, honestly, as they continue to fall down. Oh, well, we get into the second season of Jodie Whittaker. These are even better than what we've been seeing right now with Ncuti Gatwa and RTD back. Man, these are some high numbers right here. These are great numbers. Oh, final season of Jodie Whittaker. Oh gosh, they're abysmal. Look at what the old worst episode was. 2.2 million for a special was the worst rated episode in history until this season. Oh, but guess what? During the 60th, we got a bump back up to equal of Jodie Whittaker's second season. Man, look at those numbers. Amazing numbers, right? I mean, they're so good when we take a look at the first episode sitting at a 5.08 million views. Man, that's amazing numbers for an overnight. It's so good that when we come over here to Bounding into Comics and we have what RTD said about Space Baby's viewership, you discover it's sitting at a 5.8 million right now after a 28-day watch period. But we were told during the 60th episode that overnights don't matter. It's the consolidated viewership. We were told that the consolidated doesn't matter. It's the monthly data. The 28-day numbers matter. Look here. Space Babies. Space Babies. This one right here is coming in at a 5.8. Actually, no, I got that one wrong. 5.6 million views in 28 days. You're only able to get up to Star Beast numbers. Wow. So then we come over here to the latest episode, the Legend of Ruby Sunday, coming in at 2.02 million overnight viewership numbers. We already know Space Babies is dead. There's nobody watching it. Those numbers aren't good. Those numbers are abysmal. We can watch as the numbers continue to trend downwards. We could see how people have been checking out. So the whole cope of, no, Disney Plus doesn't have it, and it's worse than The Acolyte. What else? BBC iPlayer. Well, if we use what, honestly, RTD said in regards to the 28 days for Space Babies, we add that probably to frickin' iPlayer numbers. iPlayer isn't getting the views either. So nobody's watching, guys. Nobody's engaging. The show's dead. And we're now looking at 2.02 million. This season is breaking records of what could have the worst viewership for Doctor Who in the history of Doctor Who. That's the funniest thing here, because every time they manage to one-up themselves, every single time. They managed to dig the hole deeper and deeper and deeper. And in the penultimate episode, the episode that I was like, you know what? I'm predicting we're going to see about 2.2. I think 2.2, maybe around 2.1. Okay, I thought somewhere in that general vicinity is where we're going to be sitting. I was not expecting to see it drop to 2.02. That's why I got to eat some crow. I was expecting it to be a little higher. But again, I was wrong because nobody cares about Doctor Who anymore, guys. You can cry in the comments all day and night. Stans can cry and shout and say, it's the greatest thing ever. Numbers are amazing. RTD could come out here and say, we're hitting the numbers we want, guys. We're hitting the numbers we want. All while in the same interview, they are not greenlit for the next season. They already recorded and have it all filmed and ready to go for season 2. Disney ordered 2 seasons. Where's any discussion of a 3rd season? Is the 2nd season actually going to air? What's going to happen there? They can't go, they cannot do what they did to Willow with this season. They can't, because it's on too many platforms and they have to mosey around some stuff. So they have to air it. Are we going to get a 3rd season? Still up in the air. And these numbers don't indicate a new season. The show was canceled back in the 80s for better numbers than we're seeing now. It got canceled when they were bringing in 3 million overnights. You want to know the last time we saw 3 million overnights? It was during Jodie Whittaker's era. 3 million overnights. That would be great numbers to see right now, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you wish that you were getting those numbers that essentially led to Doctor Who being canceled in the first place? It's dead. It ain't coming back. The audience is checked out. The audience ain't gonna participate anymore. And no matter how many times Stans rant and rave in the comment section saying, well, I'm nobody and I'm watching it, you're not helping out the show. You're not. Numbers don't lie. Data doesn't lie. There's nothing to indicate that this show's doing well, continuing to do well, or is at all making a profit at this point in time. All we see is that this show is, let's be real honest here, a hindrance. It is dead. It is just a way to launder money at this point because nobody's watching it. Nobody's engaging with it. Views are down across the board with anybody discussing Doctor Who. Because it's dead. It's so freaking dead. And guess what? It's sad to say. I love Doctor Who. But the reason I do these videos, the reason I talk about this, the reason I go over these viewership numbers and do my reviews is because I have accepted that Doctor Who's dead at this point. It ain't coming back. Nothing's going to make it come back. And RTD's just further defiling and bastardizing what Doctor Who truly is. All for the sake of my message, my narratives, and you gotta get used to it, guys, because it's dead and it probably ain't gonna get a 3rd season. I'm gonna leave it there. Let me get you guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out, friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video go live, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.